They come in different colors, different shapes and sizes, in flavors ranging from fruity to minty, from tart to tangy. Pretty well everyone enjoys sucking on a hard candy from time to time. For children and adults alike, these sweet treats are just irresistible. Our love of sweets goes back to the caveman, who delighted in eating honey from beehives. In ancient times, people indulged in treats made of honey-covered fruit and nuts. In the Middle Ages, Europeans made candy from boiled sugar, but the high cost of imported cane sugar restricted this delicacy to the wealthy. Candy finally became affordable for the masses in the 1800s with the discovery of a new and domestic source of sugar, the sugar beet. These hard candies aren't mass-produced confections. They are gourmet candies, custom-made and crafted by hand. The candy maker starts by bringing a pot of sugar and water to a boil. Then he adds glucose, a thick syrup made from starch. He heats the mixture to a specific temperature, depending on what type of candy he's making, and lets it cook for about a half hour. Then he stirs in liquid flavoring. Once the mixture is evenly blended, he pours it onto a cooling table. The candy maker has several flavorings at his disposal, from eucalyptus oil to fruit flavors. He also chooses from a wide range of food colorings. This candy will have a strawberry design in the middle, so he and his assistants are working with 3 colors: green for the leaves, red for the berry, and yellow for the background. To enhance the flavor, they add citric acid. Then they keep blending until the candy has cooled down and hardened enough to be malleable. They separate the pieces by color and put each piece on a heated table to slow the hardening process so that the candy will remain pliable. Now they create the design. They form various shapes and sizes and, like a puzzle, put the pieces together to make a jumbo version of the candy design. Once they've assembled the red berry and green leaves and yellow background, they roll on more yellow background, then a layer of red for the outside trim. All that's left is to reduce this giant wad of candy into a bite-sized version. To do that, the candy maker pinches one end and stretches it out to form a long, uniform strand called a rod. He cuts the rod into pieces 60 centimeters long, but he has to keep rolling them until they cool and harden, or else they'll go flat. When the rod is just the right diameter, the design is in perfect proportion. All they have to do now is cut candy-sized pieces. They use the same technique to make kiwi candy, pink grapefruit candy, and banana candy, to name just a few varieties. Want to order up some candy with a personalized message? Here's an L, an O, a V, an E. A Y, O, and U. Again, they create a yellow background and red trim. Then it's more pinching, pulling, rolling, and cutting until the rods are down to just the right size. If you look at the back end of each rod, you'll see the lettering in reverse. That'll be the underside of the candy. When the raw candy comes off the cooling table, it's transparent. To make it opaque or to lighten the color, they pull it on a hook. Here, they intertwine two colors and feed the rod through a special machine that forms bands of pillow-shaped candies. After cooling, they simply break them apart by hand. If you're no sucker for hard candies, no problem. They can also twist rods into lollipops.